Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of Phantom Horizons, our Stars Without Number stream. In the way that this is styled, this is Away From Here, part 2, season 1, episode 4. So, last time, the party, 2 episodes ago, at the very end, Zephyr pointed to the planet she had been to last and entered a spike drill. So you guys entered hyperspace and jumped to the planet Ma XX, or Ma 20, which is a planet in a Cold War between the St. Albans Alliance, who are upper-class religious people, and the Confederacy, and they are spatheist, communist kind of things. Everybody hedged their bets on probably being easier to manage, so they landed there, and everybody split up. Mm-hmm. All doing various things, taking the information to different places, trying to contact some people. They reconvened at a space diner, and while sitting there, they had ordered their food, enjoying, maybe talking, maybe just sitting there in silence. Lucifer noticed on the vid screen that there was one of the 24-hour news channel that was on was talking about how the Axiom Core's mining station, the Vivera project, where our intrepid adventurers recently stole some information from, some shady information, had just blown up, and that presumably everyone on board was killed. And I believe the last thing Timothy said was Lucifer was like putting a French fry in his mouth and it just kind of fell out. Yeah.
Right. Cut to like camera and he's just like, fuck me. Whoa, sorry. Axiom is gone.
What?
What?
Look at the video. It's gone. Like boom, kaboom, gone.
Can I get 2 more drinks, please?
You got it, hon.
Right. So everybody be cool, right? Keep it cool.
Okay.
So we should leave.
Well, I'd like to. What, you don't want to eat?
No, I would like to go away from here.
Well, I mean, I don't see our pictures attached to anything. I mean, where do you want to go?
Just away, far away, to where people, like a new planet somewhere. I don't know.
Well, I mean, this is interplanetary news. I mean, this news is going to be anywhere that's connected in this. You know,
any planet with enough infrastructure to accommodate a starship of your size almost certainly have known about this, at least within the next couple seconds.
So does that mean that we got to go below the grid?
Oh God. Eternal Glorious Republic.
What? Oh, right. Sorry.
Oh, shrewd rationality.
Right.
Save me now.
Waitress, I'll have the secular tuna melt, please. Thank you.
Yeah, Drake is just kind of knocking back a second beer already. He's visibly on edge. This stuff doesn't work on me anymore. Stupid biopsionics.
Can't you affect your own internal whatever?
If I hold my breath long enough, I actually start fermenting.
Ooh.
Then it really rather we didn't get into that now. It's kind of personal.
Well, we want to have some sort of control of the ventilation if that's happening. That would be my inference.
Point is, I'm gonna take this to go. Can I get this to go, please? I'm sorry, something just came up.
You got it, hon. Everybody to go?
Reckon,
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Okay.
Go where though?
Exactly, yeah.
We need.
I mean, you guys are getting a little squirrely here. You know, we should just finish our meal, keep our wits about us, and we can discuss this calmly, like
In
professionals.
private. Can we discuss this at least somewhere that's not in public?
I am calm. What?
We are in private. Look, we are really. We're as private as we can be right now.
We are in a diner.
Yeah, and who's around us?
Yeah.
Notice check, Andy.
Oh, sure.
That is a
2D.
an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking around, it's probably a little later than typical lunchtime on this planet. You see a couple, normal-looking jobbers. Most people sitting either alone or with two people. You're probably the biggest party in the place, and it's not even half full. It's probably like a quarter full. Just quick scanning around.
Right.
And nobody looks suspicious. Nobody's eyeing you all, like looking at the screen and then looking at you. No, nobody like that. Everybody's keeping their head down, minding their own business.
What kind of dirt do they farm here? Like, what's the brown collarist job here?
Let's see.
I'm joining Doctors Without Borders.
So the most of the blue collar here is mining, and then there's some manufacturing of very basic spaceship parts. They take the ore, flatten it out into paneling or something super basic.
Now, is that for shipping out and someone else can shape it better, or is it literally the outsides of ships and walls and floors and stuff?
It's not even really probably the outside of ships. It's probably like interior walls and floor paneling and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, nobody here gives a shit.
Right.
About us.
I mean, plus Andy, with that notice check, I mean, how are people responding to the news on the Holly?
A couple people seem interested. You can see someone is maybe tapping out a cell axiom core stocks on their compad. But
the people stocks, of course.
Most everyone else has their.
I had one free stock on sign up, and I had to go with Axiom. I'm
gonna kill my brother-in-law. Buy Axiom, he said.
They're secure, he said.
And will only make
They're
money.
aloof, he said. Right.
But nobody seems particularly. It's cool. Some giant corporation blew up. Great. Doesn't affect me or my bottom line. We don't need space gas.
Right. So I say
people's bottom line.
Look,
the 5-year plans quota or whatever.
Look, Zeph, Drake, look. Let's just eat our food here, all right? We don't need to go anywhere right away. There's no emergency unless we tell the world by our behavior and by our demeanor that there is an emergency. There is no emergency unless we allow there to be an emergency. What we do is we control our environment, and our environment will tell those who observe us what we want them to see. So let's just have our food and discuss this calmly, all right?
Yeah. I guess so.
There's no evil suits here with the power to blow up space stations in
That's
this
for you?
time. I don't. Ouch. I don't have that power. If I did, the strike would have been broken long ago. No, that's not what I want to say. Okay. I think we're going about this all wrong, and I think we keep panicking and losing our minds. Okay, so I think we have to go super on the grid.
What?
I think
let's listen, hear her out.
I think we have to go super on the grid. Right now, we are in a very shot in the back and left for dead on a backward planet situation.
It's not that bad.
We're back in the Ruby Lighthouse. My office resembles an actual ivory tower, you guys. It's a really great office. And if we go there, it's very hard to assassinate us there. And I have people, and like I can give you all jobs. Wally, I'm sure you clean up. You know, like, and we can surround ourselves with like very interested parties and are not dying. And okay, I know we didn't make a lot of copies, but I have sent as kind of like in case anything happens to us, copy of the information on a slow boat to the core. So like we have that. When they get there, I can be all imperious and like, you'll never have my body. And like, I'm getting that from like a vid I saw, but like something like that. And they'll have to be like, whoa, she's a big deal. We just don't meet them in their crazy big ship that they were like, come into our crazy big ship. We promise you'll be seen again. Like, you know?
Please don't text anyone your last known location.
I'm sorry, I fail to see how this is any safer.
Safer than Ma 20? Ma? Safer than here?
There's argument, you know, like being always seen and being in public. I mean, but then everyone always knows where you are. And there is, you know, if some people don't care about being subtle, they just want you dead. That's not going to help.
They just blew up Axiom.
That's what I mean.
But
Axiom was like a whole big thing, right? It's not like one apartment at the top of an ivory tower. My point being, one whole apartment at the top of an ivory tower is an easier thing to manage. Blowing up. And it's a lot less subtle than blowing up an entire whatever that thing was.
Yeah, and Axiom, quite frankly, has more than just one space state.
Right.
I have been sweeping up our trail pretty effectively so far. That's eventually going to run out. They're eventually going to... Somewhere, some security camera caught my face. That's going to be on some local celeb news vid, which is going to travel on some trucker's ass out of this system into a more populated system. I feel like I'm getting loud. I don't mean to yell, you guys. Thank you very much. I'm just saying I can't keep scrubbing us on Tech 4 planets, but if we go to some Tech nothing planet, we're going to die by space lizards.
Quick, invent gunpowder.
I mean, I was underground for 3 years on a Tech nothing planet. I'm pretty acquainted with Tech nothing planets. They're not a fun time. I vote that we stay here for the time being. I get the feeling that we'll be able to blend in well enough. They're not going to be able to pick us out of a crowd. If someone does manage to figure out what we look like. Although we should really go somewhere more private to talk about this.
We're just talking about, you know, things. It's alright. Look, I don't know. Zephyr, you want to go, right?
Yes.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. To a different system? We can go we can go anywhere we want. I got a ship. Like, I'm just gonna go.
I got people. It's a bit remote. I mean, we could go to that system.
You guys, we have.
I mean, it's
We
tech
have to
up.
be
You can
seen.
still. Yeah. I mean, we could be seen. What is I'm addressing simply is that there are people that, I mean, if we need another shelter that's perhaps, not where we are currently, and we want something that has tech and something that like also has the benefit of perhaps a support network that could endeavor to grant us some measure of infrastructure, then perhaps that's an option. I mean, does anyone else have a suggestion? Zephyr just wants to go.
But go where? Going got us here.
Well, I'm suggesting, the Lindenham system.
But, Zephyr, I say this on some authority. You can't keep running. These people will catch up with.
You get a do-over.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll let those together for the use tubes. Freya, you were saying.
Do we know what
Okay, yeah. And then go where, Zephyr? You can't keep running. They will catch up with you. You're going to run out of fuel before they do. Our best bet is to do what they don't expect and go back. If anything, they might pass us by looking for us, and we get to go and we get to control the story. The Merchants Consortium is a big deal. I don't recognize any of these cards. They would put their names on them if they were legit. We can use the power of legit to our benefit. I can give you like a real permanent charter job. I can do that.
Can you though? Because
Yeah.
the Merchants Consortium may be legit, but you aren't. I read the news.
Okay.
Oh.
That's
And who's to say the Merchants Consortium isn't like in on that? Who's to say that you got placed there as a reason, not because of like you're good at anything, but because they want you to.
okay.
Chug, 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 chug.
Well, and, Zephyr's point...
Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom.
Whoa. Please.
Okay.
Go in a second. Here, just listen, focus, breathe.
Remember what we
breathe.
talked
Be with
about.
me. It's all right. Here, sit with me. Look in my eyes. It's all right. Listen to my voice, okay? Zephyr's point, they may be treating you that way, regardless of your actual merit. All right. Well, all it says is about them, how poorly they would treat someone as admirable and as able as yourself, despite circumstances. So, her point, however, stands. You might have been set up as a patsy, deemed expendable, whether to be, shamed and ridiculed, and like the person who like goes to prison, the person who gets smeared, the person who dies. Right? So like going back to the company might be a bit dodgy. I mean, can you vouch for the credibility? Are there people you trust?
Well, she's not saying that. She's saying I'm some drugged up space floozy.
Oh.
And she's right, okay? But
look, you haven't had
this is my
hardly
chance.
anything today. I mean,
I've snuck some things. They don't.
Well, you are maintaining.
They don't
like
work
a true...
anymore. Anyway, and I'm not like that anymore. And I can't be what I can't just run off to the edges of space because no one's gonna miss me. I have to be places. Zephyr.
You want to keep being places, right? And Zephyr's only addressing like your continuing ability to do that. Because if you go somewhere where you're going to be dead, that's not going to happen, right?
Well, maybe I am some patsy, but I'll show them because I have sent a copy of their human production tape, which was Axiom now, so I don't even know that this evil black ship corporation cares.
I'd like to interject. How do you know the Merchant Consortium is not also after us?
Because I work for them. When I got here, there was a text burst for me from my partner, employee, my minder. I forget what his title is. It's Guy Friday. And him, I actually do trust. He hates me, and he has to tolerate me professionally. That's how you buy trust.
That seems like a really... I don't know if you've ever seen, like, Aladdin, Emperor's New Groove, like, anything like that. You know, real classic films, I'm sure, but, like...
Yes, I've seen all the Disney collection. They're classics. I'm classically
You know,
educated.
You know how the Vizier usually goes, right?
Yes, except everyone who's ever been around me has wanted something from me. Guy doesn't want anything from me. In fact, he would like me to shut up and go away. It's the most trustworthy trait I've ever seen in anyone.
Yeah, well, okay. Does he,
Just gonna look at Zephyr like...
What if your location becomes a valuable commodity? Is he willing to sell that, or is he willing to hold on to that information for your sake? That's the assessment, really.
I don't think so. I'm worth more to them. Well, I will be worth more to them alive because I have their stuff. And yes, Guy, he's just some low-level functionary.
He knows where we are.
I hate to say it, but you might be worth more to them than alive than dead. I don't know about the rest of us.
Oh, yeah, well.
And I like being alive. I'd really rather not get my other arm torn off. That would not be a fun experience. So, you know, I will, for one, was thinking of staying here and joining the peace. But, you know, that other idea of running to the edge of the galaxy, that doesn't seem so bad.
Look, it's not so edge. I mean, it's just not here, and it's an area. I mean, what I'm suggesting, at least. Zephyr, what do you...
This place seems pretty safe.
Me?
What do you think? Where do you want to go? You're the captain. It's your ship.
I mean, if you want to go back to the Ruby Lighthouse, I would need major convincing to even think about doing that, not just someone's promise that everything will be okay. Like, I would like actual hard evidence that we won't be like immediately, you know, have black bags put over our heads as soon as we walk out of the spaceport type thing. I mean, I'm just gonna, you know, if my one concern is like, you know, being disappeared because someone thought they were tough shit and then, you know, immediately crumbled as soon as we all got into tougher waters, because it seems like all of you tend to be doing that right now. Don't mind me saying. So, you know, going to not the farthest edge of the galaxy, but somewhere where it's a lot harder to get to than right here, right now, is a good option.
And then who pays for your fuel before you're running cold and suffocating in the outside of space?
I do.
Not where there's no jobs, not on the edge of space.
There's always jobs on the edge of space. How do you think people get to the edge of space?
I don't know much about the edge of space.
Okay, a lot of plans.
I'll level with you. I was talking out of my ass.
It's quite a talent.
A lot of dangerous wildlife. That's what's at the edge of space.
Well, look, for what it's worth, I came out where I was because it was relatively the opposite end of where I'm suggesting we now go. So, relative to where we are, it is the edge of space. It's the Grand Prix system. Okay? I'm from the moon.
I thought it was the Lindblom system.
No, Lindon, I misspoke, mate. I mean, that's this planet. Look, I've had a few, alright? I'm also not teetotaling. It's Granbury system from Canterbury Moon. That's where my family should still be. I haven't been in touch with them in a while, but
That's getting close to the core, right, Andy? Do I know anything about any of that?
So the thing about this is, it's on the other side of the sector. So you can get there, but it would take, with the current ship you have, it would take 7 jumps, which means you would need 7 batches of fuel, and it would take over 2 weeks to get there. With your current ship. If you can find a way to upgrade your spike drive, you could do it faster and with less fuel.
And we do that with cash or trade or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And where's my mom?
So your mom is on...
Where's my mom's house?
She's on Darkmoon.
That's right. I mean, I did ask you about your connection. You haven't said anything.
Which is the Andophala system, the planet Kyra. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 jumps away.
That's right.
Now, because of where you are, one of these jumps will take you back to the Nema system where you guys just left.
Both will, or just the one?
Both will. Well, okay.
Where the explosion was?
Where the explosion was. You could go the long way, but that would take you a lot longer. You can go around instead of... It's not a straight line then, but you can do it, and it would be 7 to get to Andophala, or...
All right, before I start talking some shit, it's gonna double...
Over 10.
Well, it's gonna... Okay.
Yeah.
Before I start talking some shit, can I effectively change our plates? Can I switch her... I'm trying to remember the...
Like registry?
The transponder to ping a different we're not
ID.
The Crimson Xanth. We're...
So, yes.
The Gloomy Owl.
However... yes.
The Barking Owl.
The Barking Owl, that's right.
So, okay. You could do the installation. You would have to buy fake plates, though.
Okay.
And you can totally go to the black market and buy a fake registration that will supersede.
Have an actual skill in that.
Yes, that will supersede the Crimson Xanth. It'll say, the name of your ship is the Mercury Quickness and the Quickening. It's the Quickening. There can only be one, and it'll change the name of the owner, what's on board, all that stuff. Now, obviously,
like
visually, if someone sees the ship and they're like, that matches the description of a ship we're looking for, they may be like, well, they bought fake plates.
If I may
the visuals in space are shit.
Oh, right. You'd have to land at a port for someone to do that.
Yes. If I may make a suggestion, my home system of Dot is only 2 jumps, or my home planet of Dot is only 2 jumps away from the Ruby Lighthouse. It's only
1 jump away from here, even, so.
Oh, it's only 1 jump away from here?
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck are we even discussing? Okay,
well, we didn't know this.
Does your family have some kind of special skill?
No, they're somewhat successful farmers. That's how I was able to afford medical school.
Are we going to Hawkeye's farm in Age of Ultron? Is that what's happening?
It's like possible. We might be able to lay low there.
What's the tech level like, mate?
Dot is, I think, tech level. 1 second. Trying to find my home planet. Oh, yeah. I see. I didn't account for tech level when I was picking the the home planet.
If it's your home planet, we'll say it's tech level.
It's tech level 2. I realize
Yeah.
that wouldn't make sense though.
So yeah, so we'll just change that. Let me see if 3 is good enough, or if you're going to need a 4. Tech level. Come on. Sorry.
Cool.
Let's see. Contents. Index.
It's an 0508 Anaxima.
Yeah. So tech level 3 would be modern, as in 2019 technology. So would you be from a planet that had, 2019 technology or more futuristic technology?
Well, there's another planet nearby that actually has tech level 5, which I don't even... Is that possible to have tech level 5 on a planet?
It is, yes.
Okay, so I'm imagining that I was born on Dot and then went to medical school on that tech level 5 planet.
Yeah. Tech level 5 is possible. It's rare, and it's the best
It's a tech level 5 planet with a corrosive atmosphere, so I don't know how that's a thing.
It's the cities are underwater.
That's how you get to tech level 5.
Cities are underwater?
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I'm minored in marine biology.
You had to.
Yeah.
No choice.
I'm 30% seaweed.
It's very good for...
You're very nutritious.
Don't get any ideas.
Rich in iron. Can we farm you? Or is that an
Please
offensive question?
don't get any ideas. And that isn't... You know what?
Deeply offensive, I'm sure.
Pretty sure I'm the only one of my kind, so yes, I've decided that is an offensive question.
Well, I mean, how else are you going to reproduce?
So...
Okay, I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
All right, I'm being undignified.
Little bit.
So the current options being pushed forward, Zephyr's plan is to go away. Lucifer's plan is possibly to go back to his homeworld. Freya's plan is to go back to the Ruby Lighthouse. And Drake has mentioned both staying here and going to the Anaxima system, which is 1 over and has his homeworld and where he went to medical school.
Also, Esco is a Tech 5 planet with a corrosive atmosphere and with the cities being underwater. And it says hundreds of millions of inhabitants. We could blend in, we could live underwater, and we would have all of the media infrastructure that you need to do your... And it's also only 2 jumps away from the Ruby Lighthouse.
And 1 jump from where we are.
Exactly.
Tech 5 also means super grid.
True.
It means crazy grid. It means I can't even change out the plate. So they're going to have all kinds of double and triple verifications. Zephyr, I guess you don't like me, but let me try to make this right. We have to go through Nema anyway. I will mask your ship, and I will do it, because I'm not every news story about me. And I will do that, and then we will go back, and we will stop the resupply, which we'll probably have to do anyway if we're going to make 7 jumps. And if it's super hot, then we go to whatever underground warehouse party that Wally suggested. I faded in and out of part of his answer. That's what I'm imagining.
Right. Well, if the doctor's home is secure and is going to provide us with the sort of...
I've changed my mind. I don't want to really bring that on my family. Realize that's probably not going to end well for them. And they are farmers, so it's not as if they have the resources to just flee if something terrible happens.
There is one other planet in the Anaxima system. It's Del, which is tech level 2.
Del sucks.
And has they're a planet of former warriors and beastmasters, so they're like all into the hunt. They're all
really
craving the hunters.
Just put a price by pound on my ass. No, I'm not going there.
It has billions of inhabitants and no native biosphere. So I like to imagine that it was all of the fucking craziest warrior cult people just brought their like pets there and just let them multiply.
It's Space Australia. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to Thunderdome World.
Del sucks. Don't go there. It's terrible.
And then there is a space station in the system to refuel at, but that's not great, to be honest.
Wally, can you let me up now? I actually do have to go to the bathroom now because I said it, and then I started thinking about it, and I'm just slamming these waters because all the waitress keeps bringing.
Right. All right.
Sorry, I think I drank your beer.
And I am going to fix this. And if you guys are all gone when I get back, I understand. I'm sorry. But it's not the Merchant Consortium. If it was the Merchant Consortium, they would have sent me there. They would have just been like, hey, Freya, you're our toy. Just go out and do the fucking thing. But it wasn't. It was some black hat goddamn organization with no numbers on their card, because that's how they have to operate. And I throw my card down on the table and I try to stalk away.
Your card?
Yeah, the little card that I got from, what's her name? Corgia Blackstone. I'm close. I'm not close. Hold on.
Our dodgy contact that we said
Daria
we put on hold.
Yeah, which is a total like Man in Black name. These guys are fucked up. Sorry, it's Doria, I think. So I actually will go to the bathroom, by the way, because it's a little truck stop, and I just washed my face because I've been crying. Nobody noticed that I pulled it off, and then
you're gonna like insta while you're in the bathroom, aren't you? Terrible.
I put a big cry emoji on it, like bad day, and then I remember that I'm being tracked right now, so I just say
you put it on, you schedule it as a scheduled post,
but then I like it.
Right? Oh, fuck! So you out yourself.
Yeah.
So Andy, like, how
did you location tag that picture?
I'm a fucking hacker. Of
Lucifer,
course I do.
Lucifer is scanning his memory for like the best way to get in touch with his old chief, the intelligence agency, and basically if there's some sort of like I'm imagining this sort of like encrypted sort of like a long distance pager, sort of like at the end of Infinity War that's used.
Oh, sure.
That kind of a thing, to send a signal or to send a message out, like whether I have it on my person, whether I can acquire something via black market network means to maybe try and get something to do that. But that's what Lucifer is cogitating about over.
Okay.
Like how best to get in touch with Walsingham.
So you can send him a message long range, but it's just really encrypted. It still has to go via jumps. You know he's probably somewhere in the core right now. So it would take a couple days, but it wouldn't take a crazy long. You're not going to have to wait for it to get all the way to, the Lindenham system, or the Grand system.
Right.
Yeah, but so you can send it, but like everything here, it's just going to take a little time. It's not going to be instant.
And it'll be secure.
It is the one thing you can guarantee is that this will be secure.
Great. So I'm gonna do that and just hello, Chief. Long time no talkie. I have explosive information. Relative to of deep mining interests, something like that.
Yeah, I actually want to invoke Axiom. It's kind of a big deal if it's traveling this fast. That's up to you and your contacts. I'm just asking.
I don't want to invoke. I'm referring to what happened in oblique terms. So
I understand.
If even once it gets in his hands, if anyone sees it,
see we're using the code name.
Right. Yeah. Just say someone may be grinding an axe or something like that. Maybe refer to it obliquely. And I sign off with.
Let's hope your ship full of rubies doesn't crash. That axe to grind. Explosions.
Yes, exactly. And I reply, ID LTM 36 9779979.
Okay.
So he knows.
Now, have you snuck away to do this at all?
Andy, this is something I have.
Are you texting under the table?
Yeah. It's something you can. Let's say you click it into your comm pad and it'll encrypt a message from there, but it has a very limited number of recipients it can go to.
Right. I'll do it when I have privacy, but that's in the hopper.
Okay. Yeah.
And for now, I'm just drinking my coffee, waiting for Lady Freya to come back. Doc, are we going to your place? You don't want to do that. So, where? Zephyr.
Look, I'll go with you guys' plan. Look, I don't have any other options. I have many connections outside of this area. These couple of sectors, because quite frankly, I've never been that far. After my incident, I kind of stopped travel that much. Been sticking to just places between Nema and Animaxia for the most part. I need to send a message to my family, let them know I'm not going to be seeing them for a while. Jeez. Fine. Worst comes to worst, we'll just die.
Whoa.
Wouldn't be my first time.
Interesting. How does that work? Are you being metaphorical?
Semi.
Interesting. Yeah, I gotta get your story, mate. So, my advice is that we do all stick together for a while, at least until we get someplace where we can reliably encounter some sort of infrastructure that's going to take care of us with any kind of integrity. That's my thought. And I am going to really defer to the captain. So I don't know if you want to wait for when she gets back, or what, but you know, the decision I really think is up to you, Captain.
I think you've seen Zephyr this whole time, just like pushing her meal like around her plate, like she's like making like little like French fry men and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, and she says, well, yeah, it's fine. I guess we can go back to the stupid lighthouse. You don't have to cry about it.
Lighthouse, all right.
Look, I know. Shoot, I forgot Marty's character's name already.
Freya.
Freya.
He's talking about.
I know Freya very well. Person whose name I would never forget.
Best friends, us.
Yeah. I'm her
She has that
doctor.
random, like, you know, screen tag. It just always throws me. I never think it's of her name. I always think of the ID tag. Anyway, I commiserate. Go
Look, she can be like this at times, but you know, she's never missed an appointment. She's always. Look, I don't have any better ideas, and I'm a doctor, so I say we go for it.
on. It being what? Going back to Ruby Lighthouse?
Sure.
Well, what about... Hold on. Like, what was that bit about her mother? Like, where is that? 4 jumps from here? Was that what I heard?
Yeah.
Oh, the planet Darkmoon?
Oh, right.
I don't
It's
know
a
that I would have said that
planet
part out
called
loud because I second guessed it,
Darkmoon.
but I am also a vid celebrity enough that you guys know that I'm from Darkmoon.
Right. You're like...
Yeah. Also, I
That
probably
rich
do.
of a
Well,
planet named
actually,
after
when
you,
Wally
right.
first met me, I was for sure bragging about it.
Oh, we know who you are.
Yeah.
People know who. They grow up knowing who you are.
Yeah, I just found that out. I start crying again. I was just about to stop.
Wait, the planet is called Darkmoon?
No,
Well,
the
it's-
moon's called Darkmoon.
It's a moon.
Yeah, it's ironical. And the moon is called Dark Planet. It's weird.
It's always on the dark side of the planet.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
stuck in a
I'm
static
not
orbit.
moonborn. I mean,
Kira is the planet.
Mhm.
Kira?
Kira or Kyra, yeah.
It depends on which side of the moon you come from, is how you say it.
It's accent. It's regional.
Yeah. It's a big moon.
Or it's one of those places where if you're not from there, you say it's Kyra, but everyone from there is like, it's Kira, you bunch of morons. Like Melbourne.
hell is this?
Like Melbourne or Edinburgh.
It's Wilkes-Barre. What's wrong with you?
Worcester. None of those. That's not how you. There's an R in there.
So is Freya back from the bathroom, or is she still in there?
Well, I started reapplying my makeup.
Uh-huh.
But no, I'm going to storm up to the table and just kind of look expectantly and be like, I'm going to talk to some dangerous people.
Well,
Just so you know.
where are you going?
I'm going to go find a way to hide us.
Right. We use the phrase dangerous people. It gives me pause.
Those are the people who know how to hide us. Oh, Wally, you poor sweet summer child. I'm too innocent for this. I'm so sorry.
Right. Well, I mean, please, lay my innocent virgin mind to rest here. Exactly who are you reaching out to?
Well, I don't know them yet, but we're about to become fast friends.
You
and
don't,
they're going-
whoa, you mean the ones who sent us out?
No, they're going to sell me a scrub kit. They just don't know it yet. We're in the middle of a Cold War. There's plenty of...
You need some black market goods, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Right.
And
I follow you.
this won't be my first rodeo. That's a smaller moon. It's actually a moon of Darkmoon. It's weird.
Rodeo?
So, yes. It has
So-
a great boulevard.
And you want to do this by yourself? You're going to leave us?
I
here in
am
the
going
booth?
to prove that I can do things. If anyone would like to escort me, Wally, that's fine. But I need you to let me do the talking because this is going to be dangerous. I don't want to put you in any more danger.
I truly appreciate that. Thank you.
Look, I was hired. I was hired to keep you alive, both by treating your various medical conditions, and I'm gonna sort of pat the pocket where my gun is. So, I'm in.
Yeah, Wally. Oh, dear sweet Wally. You stay here. Me and the doctor, who cuts an intimidating figure at least. You have a great cape, though, Wally. Wally, that cape.
I might be able to offer some distraction and cover for you. I mean, I'm willing to go into a green.
Okay, but
I'm
stay. If anything gets hot, you stay back. I can get myself out of trouble. But someone should stay with Zephyr.
Well, what I'm going to suggest is that we all stay together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it does.
Weird, but okay.
Doing illegal dealings doesn't work great with groups, but I will. Yes, I probably.
Well, I just mean, you wanted an escort, so let's have a 3-unit escort.
Well,
for you.
it's not unsmart to. Yes. Okay, just everyone follow my lead.
Very well. Yeah.
I don't have any better ideas.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
And you're packing, Doctor, is that right? You you got to
say that.
I I just did. Sorry, it's a theatrical eccentricity.
I tend to understate things. A little bit.
Yeah, he's okay. Sometimes he wears those like really loose surgical pants, and I see him printing. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
I have a notice score. I don't. I lied about that. I'm sorry, you guys.
What do you want to look for?
No, I'm going out and I'm owning some bullshit right now.
Okay.
Andrew, I have both a trade score, which is useful for this, but actually Connect is pretty much like 1 for 1. This is straight in the description of both skills.
Okay.
I have the better Connect skill.
Okay.
What I want to do is be very pro-co. Enough to get myself close to someone who can do the thing I'm asking. Hey, we've got some stuff for the Co-Confederacy to get off planet. You guys know how it is. We're going to have to be flying through, some St. Albans Vanguard stuff, so we're going to have to get through there. We can't just be flashing our ass like we are. I know, and so who can I talk to? Who's your friend? We all know a guy.
Yeah, you cozy up to the right people at the right bars, and they let slip that if you wanted to do such a thing, you want to go talk to the Donnelly Boys on Cohen Street.
Is that K.O. in Street?
Yes.
Okay, there's always a Donnelly Boy. All right, yeah, I'm kind of looking for graffitis and hand tattoos and things that lead me to believe these guys are legit enough that I can get this shit done.
Mm-hmm. If I'm patching anyone up, I'll see if I can get some similar information. I also have the Connect skill.
Okay. Yeah, you can confirm. They'll tell you what part of town is your best bet for things that maybe you don't want the Friendly People's Government or the St. Albans Alliance to know about. You go to this part of town. And
okay, so we've even gotten sub co-loyalists here.
Yeah,
We're actually on the straight hunt. You can sneak from either with us.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Perfect.
And
thank you, comrade.
Of course. If you would prefer something to be a little more I'm just going to bribe a government official, you can also do that.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
These are my people.
Okay.
This is more my speed. And by that, I mean off-market street speed is usually how this would go.
Sure.
So...
I can't afford government bribes.
Yeah, the government bribe would be expensive, but might be more legally changing your plates.
Sure.
But, yeah.
Yeah, but entering into anything sort of on the level is we don't know who we can trust. We don't know who's
There's a required bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Our name would be written down somewhere. Performing one illegal activity. That's Freya Darkmoon. Got it.
Just put my name down as Dane Joe.
Would lie about their birthday. Weird.
So, if we're moving through, there's like a lot of people around, or what?
Yeah, the city is very crowded. You would say overcrowded, probably.
Like, I'm picturing one part bizarre with a bunch of, sci-fi elements CGI to the background.
Yeah. And in the, it's real hot. And as soon as you get into the city itself, it's just like oppressively hot. And everybody's grimy and everybody's kind of oily and sweaty.
So stick close to me, friends, and I use my pressure field.
Come on, it's not that bad.
Surrounds it. You don't want
thank you. It is.
So, I'm going to air condition this because I can withstand 100 degrees either way at Celsius. So, so we can be in relative comfort if you'd like.
Oh, yes. I don't say it out loud, but I do notice that you're doing that with your mind. I don't know how I know. I just know.
Well, I mean, I was quite upfront about it before. Things were
when you had us breathing the cold vacuum of space, I got it. Or no, not breathing in evil gas. That's what we did.
Right.
Yeah,
same trick, different day.
But making us cool on a desert planet.
Right. I mean, if the doc wants to, well, we can talk about that. I mean, we'd have to work out some sort of prenup, clearly.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of lawyers involved.
Right. I mean, aren't you promised to some sort of prince or something? Tentacular?
Wally, you are so naive. It's adorable.
What? I saw that in the news, right?
No, I have been called a princess in the news. It's not literal.
No, I mean,
that was editorialized.
No, I'm talking about the guy you were promised to. Got with the tentacles and the.
I've highly editorialized.
I've promised a lot of boys a lot.
I don't know. I mean, I remember reading about it. It's before we met.
Yeah,
anyway,
no.
I thought it seemed really. I mean, like a big. Were you ever dating that guy?
No. It was this whole promotion for like some kind of brand of tequila. I think it was like hentai tequila or something like that.
I'm definitely like texting Zephyr at this point. Like, okay, so if this goes like tits up, we're out of here.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk to these Donnelly boys.
Okay.
And like, I kind of like, I've certainly removed all my corporate like identifiers by now. Anyway, that was before I got off the ship. But like now, I'm kind of like redressing down. I wish I could shave half my head. My only wish is that I had another bad idea facial tattoo. Like,
but you put that one up front.
Yeah, and to blend in, Drake's actually gonna take off his lab coat and tie it around his waist. Sort of tuck his gun in his belt. Smear some grease
around his shoulders. It's like an 80s preppy, like
smear some grease on his face.
But like gun-toting preppy at the barbecue is what I'm imagining. It's like he's just like, hey guys.
I just figure he's wearing like a t-shirt under his lab coat.
Nothing to see here. No problem. Got my gun.
I'm sorry. boys, can you just walk?
Cola's an open carry state.
Can you guys just walk like 5 feet behind real quick? Because I should probably say something to Zephyr. Can I talk to Zephyr?
Right. No problem. I step back and I take this moment to begin my secret text message.
Okay.
To Walsingham.
Excellent.
Zephyr, I can keep up pretty good with what we need, but it's possible they're going to want to talk like ships and engines and gunning it and stuff. And that's where I'm going to fall apart a little bit. So between the two of us, I think we can probably get this done. I know how to buy illegal shit, and you know how to talk to spaceships. So, maybe we can just, truce for now, because, so,
Yeah, I know. Fine, whatever.
Okay. Just, if they're just kind of like, oh, rad, it's a Mag 60 on an 80 core, I'll be like, and you say if that's true or not.
Yeah, it's not true, but I'll say it.
See, that's why I'm going to need you. That's what I'm at. That was a fake out. That was an example.
Oh,
Okay.
My gun's only a Mag 50.
All right, let's walk into the Donnelly's garage. Where the hell did Wally go? He probably got distracted by some shiny thing, that poor boy.
Is that his real name?
Here he is. Yeah. Wally,
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry.
I would imagine I was with Wally, but not like sort of purposely avoiding looking at what he was doing.
I appreciate your discretion, Doctor.
Patient confidentiality agreements.
Right.
My thing.
Probably afraid of not being able to unsee whatever you might see on my screen. Right.
Look, I made that mistake in the past. It was, let's just say, Hentai Tequila did not air that commercial.
I still got paid.
So
Sorry.
you guys walk up to a garage, and plastered across this side, it's Donnelly's Auto and Grav Car Repair.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple open bays, and you can see a small little office.
Okay. Kind of walk ostentatiously into the bay.
Okay.
Like, oi, Donnelly's.
And
Try and trip the little air pressure hose bell. Ding, ding.
With your foot.
Yeah, just
Stomp on it.
You can see someone out of the corner of your eye, someone from the office. There's a big, window that looks over the bay, the repair bays, and someone from the office kind of stands up, goes out from behind their desk, and leans in the doorway and just stares at you. A man pulls himself out from under a car and says, Can I help you?
I hope so. I need to scrub a spaceship.
He'll...
Yeah, car washes down the street.
Yeah. He'll kind of reach up and absentmindedly hit like a big red button, and the bay door will start to close behind all of you.
There we go.
And he'll nod at the woman in the doorway, and she'll walk back and go get some stuff. But he says, what are we talking? You need, what, totally fresh registration?
Yeah, I need to pass at the highest levels. Okay, not Tech 5, but like, I'm talking about getting onto a legitimate merchant consortium, like, space station.
You want to pass lighthouse inspections?
To be specific.
Well, and you know that the term lighthouse is not just Ruby Lighthouse. It is merchant consortium controlled stations are called lighthouses.
Okay.
Then, it's like a tier of security inherent to it.
Then yes.
Right.
Okay. He'll nod and he'll say, no, you've come to the right place, mysterious benefactor. No, my Ava can hook you up with everything you need. So let's talk about price. 5,000 credits.
Yeah, well, listen, I kind of got myself stuck on your planet without a whole lot of walking around credits, but I can give you an account.
Oh, I don't particularly like dealing with accounts. I like cash. And I don't think you want an account in my hands. That's not going to look good for you either. Doctor with a gun, yes.
No, I wasn't talking. I wasn't talking in character. I was talking out of character. Out of character, would I be able to scan maybe him for any sort of possible medical issues he might? Using my biopsionics or my
elbow.
Yeah, give me a medicine check or heal. I can't remember what this is.
I have a bioscanner, if that helps.
Well, he'd have to willingly let you bioscan him. It's not something you can do too subtly, but if you just eye him up and down, I can give you a quick appraisal based on your just doctor knowledge.
Would biopsionics work?
Don't you have like a heal skill?
Oh yeah, they're both the same, and I think they're both wisdom based, so it doesn't matter. So I get +2 on those, right? Because wisdom plus heal.
Yes.
And I roll 2d6?
Yes.
That is a 7.
Okay. Scanning him up and down, you can see that he keeps rubbing his hands. He probably has some early kind of arthritis. He's not super old. He's probably... you'd have to guess tops he's 40, which is probably a little young to have that kind of thing, but he's working with his hands all day.
Okay. I'm gonna say to him then, you look like your hands are maybe not what they used to be, coming down with a little bit of arthritis, or...
He kind of flexes them a bit. He says, yeah, they hurt sometimes. It's no big deal.
I can get you an extra 10 years out of those hands if you do this for us. Not gonna have any problems.
Is that the opposite of the nice window? To be bad, be ashamed if something happened to it. It's like nice window, I'll fix it for you.
Basically, that's nice window. I'll fix it for you.
It'd be nice if it had a big decal. The Donnelly Brothers on the front.
Oh, I would like that.
I know a guy.
He looks at you, and he says, as kind as that offer is, it's a promise on something in the future, and I'd rather have something tangible now. Maybe we can work out an arrangement, but I'm going to want something now.
I understand that. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I have what's called authority, which is I can make a reasonable request of any NPC who's not hostile towards me once per day. I haven't done it yet today. Mr. Donnelly, you're my first. What I'm going to offer you is that with all my flash, what I'm going to do is we're going to set up an account. The account is going to go through the local casino. The casino is going to cash out a certain number of chips that are going to be delivered at a drop on your planet. You can take them. They're as good as cash. You black market them into money. We get the scrub. We get out of your hair. And someone very powerful owes you a favor. And you get 10 years out of your hand. And I think now is when we're usually supposed to be like, I'll break your fingers. But apparently we're not doing that. We're fixing your finger. Mister.
I appreciate the smoke rings, Timothy. Just so I want to acknowledge that.
It's vape rings, but yes, they're space rings. Because vape.
So there is a roll associated with this, if you'd like.
Is it like a save, or do you just make a roll?
It's authority is whatever super skill. It's gain lead is a bonus skill. Once per day, you can make a request from NPC who is not openly hostile. Rolling COD lead skill. Checking the difficulty of the NPC's morale score. I don't know what a morale score is.
Double check.
And
It is.
They will comply provided it's not harmful or extremely uncharacteristic. This doesn't feel like either for this young man.
So the offer is the doctor takes a look at his hands, and he gets some laundered money.
Yes. That way we don't go directly through an account. The money's turned into chips. This is an actual college football scam, by the way. I'm not creating this whole cloth.
Let's see. Morale, page 59.
We're learning the game as we're playing.
Make a morale check. NPCs roll 2d6 if equal and less than their morale score. Okay, but how do they... Okay, that tells me what... Okay, let's... I think 159 was... where morale also was. So let's see. Or not. Contents. Index. We're at 195. 195. I'm sure it's equal to like their... There we go. Peaceful human, skilled professional. Okay. So go ahead and make a check. I have his morale score.
+1, 9?
It beats his morale score.
Okay. And, like, I'm trying to do more street cred than, like, I am somebody, because I'm also trying to hide that I am somebody. But I want to project in every way that I am good for this, and the elaborateness of my plan is as much evidence that I've done this before.
Okay.
And we just need to walk away with the scrub in order to do the thing I want, but I will deliver on the thing he wants.
And he'll pause for a second and stare at you. And then he'll wipe his hand on his shirt and reach it out to shake your hand.
Okay, remember to that off later.
I'll roll my eyes, and then I'll shake his hand properly. And when I do so, I will use my psionic sucre to see if I can, like... I don't know how much I can delay the actual throngs of arthritis, given that I'm only a level 1 biopsych. But
yeah.
I do have...
Let's say you give him some temporary pain relief that will... and maybe reduce some of the inflammation, and he kind of stretches his hands, and he nods because they feel a lot better right now, so... Thanks.
Then I'll give him some sort of pointers and exercises he can do.
Daily stretches. Quit gripping your wrenches so hard.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, they're my hitting wrenches, though.
Wide, close.
I want to do his wrists, too, close. Just so he doesn't... so he can actually do the exercises.
So... he'll nod, and he'll gesture at the office and say, Ava will take care of you in there.
Thank you. I didn't get your name.
His name is Barstow. But everybody just calls me Bar.
Barstow, an absolute pleasure. I trust that you know how to deal in chips, and I really appreciate this. You don't know it, but you've made a pretty powerful friend today. Thank you.
As long as I get my chips. You could be the space pope for all I care.
I'm not the space pope. I walk out. Like, that was the point of the joke.
You don't have the hat, yeah.
Go talk to Ava, I suppose.
Okay. So yeah, the young woman, she's maybe Bar's daughter. She looks a good deal younger than him. She's probably 18.
I love your face tattoo.
Thanks. A lot of kind of bushy, crazy Hermione red hair that she has tried to pull back into some semblance of a ponytail or bun, and it's just kind of wide, gets narrow, wide again.
Yeah. I need to get off this planet.
And she starts asking you questions about the ship. She's asking, what kind of class it is, what's your make and model, your tonnage. And she'll ask Zephyr, as soon as it's clear Freya has no idea what she's talking about, she'll start asking Zephyr these questions. And she'll say, what is your crew situation? I'll give them all fake names, but I need to know how many I need to give.
Well, all my crew are robot boys, so I know how fake their names need to be.
That's better. That's nice and easy.
My name's Vinny Chesterfield.
I'm Frigga Bright Sky.
I guess my name would be what? Euros. Night Sun or Night Daughter.
Okay. She will take a kind of do typing, take a couple minutes, and takes a small data stick and hands it to you, Zephyr, and says, "Congratulations, Mercy Hill, on your purchase of the Lazarus Clipper."
Nice.
Thank you, darling. Walk outside back in the... Oh, God, that sun. I forgot about the sun.
Yeah.
Port.
If you ever need anything technically illegal, come see the Donnelly Boys.
Thank you, I will.
Can I do a no check just to see if they... I mean, what would it be to, suss their, up to something-ness? Would that be no, or would that be...
Sounds more like notice.
Notice, because I have training in notice, so...
Yeah, what are you keeping an eye out for?
I just want to if they're taking this information and storing it for later for their own benefit.
Yeah, give me a notice check.
Okay. Wow, 12.
Oh, okay. So she did note some information about you, but it seems like it's all the falsified information, because if anyone asks for information about your starship, they can provide no, we did register that starship, how cars get registration, you go to an auto tag store, they have a falsified record of, there's fake repairs listed when you bought it. So they have that record. They don't have any other information about you all.
I'm sorry, we've been in one accident. It's going to be tougher to get insurance.
Yeah.
I like that Ava is also a registered notary, or at least a fake notary.
Yes. But she doesn't have any information about the Crimson Xanth or Zephyr or anything like that.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And I will try to remind you, but did anyone other than my doctor use any psychic abilities while in there?
Well, I did when we were in the street. But
Yeah.
No, not in the place.
Andrew, none of the Donnellys or Ava
Oh, no, sorry.
used any... Okay.
Nope, they seem like they are... This was all technical for them. They're some kind of hacker criminals.
Question. Does Freya know she's biopsionic? Or sorry, that she's psionic, rather?
It's still a little unclear on how I want to play it. For now, I'm seeing if I can get away with kind of not... She knows when other people are being psychic. She doesn't think of herself as psychic. She just thinks... And her mother helped train her in it because it helped in negotiations, but I think she just thinks she has the gift for it. I don't think she thinks of it as being psychic. We'll see if that falls apart in the latter half of the season when people are like the show, but need more psychics.
The whole crew is psychic.
Well, exactly. Well, I mean, there are plenty of people who are like, no one can bullshit me, and they don't attribute it to psychic power. They attribute it to their savvy. You know what I mean?
And then anyone who's ever said no one can bullshit me is really easy to fool. Advice for life.
Right.
They clearly have a very exploitable ego.
Certainly.
Right. Walk somewhat like I've proven my point, and somewhat like my feelings are hurt, back to the Crimson Sand.
The what? What are we calling this?
Oh, sorry, it was
Lazarus Clipper.
The Lazarus Cripper.
Cripper. Please get the name right, darling. Say it with me. Lazarus Clipper.
Lazarus Clipper, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Lazarus Raptors.
Lazarus, wasn't he the guy who he had this bad skin, or was he the one or the other one?
No, Skin came back to life. Honestly, one of my role models.
No,
well, I mean, that's what puberty felt like to me. I mean, I don't know about
traveled back in time, became his own grandfather.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Again, the real classics. The foundation of our modern religion, Heinleinism.
I've read all the classics. Yeah. I mean, please don't try. I went to college. I don't smell like it, but I mean.
No, but it's the desert. Nobody smells good in a desert.
I smell. I mean, that's not why I'm attributing it. I smell like fresh as a daisy, as far as that's concerned. Maybe a daisy. It's been in a moldy book for about a week, but
Yeah.
Not much ventilation in space.
It's true.
Yeah. So, where are we going then? Going back to.
Well, and Zephyr, if you need any help installing that, I would be happy to. But we're going, because we have to jump through Zima anyway, we're going to go back and see how much trouble we think we're in. We stop for a resupply as the Lazarus Clipper. We know we can get quality supplies. We might even be able to stock for 6 jumps or whatever we need. If it's crazy hot, we leave. Okay, Zephyr, we'll go wherever you want. If I'm right, and these guys are super below board, and we might be safer in the spotlight, we maybe think better of me the next time we're sitting in diners.
Zephyr's just kicking the ground. And she's like, yeah, fine. We're going to go to the lighthouse. It's fine.
If we jump out of Spike Space and there's a giant black ominous spaceship waiting for us, we bounce again and we figure it out. I'm just saying, I think they won't expect it. I think we have 24 space hours.
So, devil's advocate, I mean, just say for sake of argument, that did happen. Would we be able to get out of it that quickly, or would we be sitting womp rats?
I believe with the current ship configuration, you only can store enough fuel for one jump.
Right, so wherever we land, we're there.
And so you can refuel.
Till we fuel up. Is there any fuel source here?
Yeah, you guys have refueled your ship here. So you have enough
and
for
there
one
was a
jump.
station in space, too, right off the casino?
Yes.
We could have resupplied there?
Yes.
Right, but we only have enough for one jump.
Yeah,
Right.
okay. So
And-
we can't...
unless
we
you
can't buy forward.
That's
Right.
what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
I think I can, because I have like a lot of cargo space. But we would have to then try to refuel the ship.
And we can try and outrun them to the station.
Well, I mean, if the whole argument is like, well, if it's dangerous when we get there, we can always turn around. We should make sure we are able to do that. That's
I
all
understand.
I'm suggesting. Yeah.
That might not be true. We might just have to outmaneuver their ass to the station.
Which I can do.
Yeah,
Well,
Zephyr is a good
in-
pilot.
Well, if you feel confident in going forward, then Bob's your uncle, right?
Yeah, he is. How'd you know?
I have a feeling about these things. Tell me about good old Bob.
He doesn't do a whole lot.
Is he also a farmer?
He is also a farmer.
What's the crop?
They're kind of like oranges, but if you grind their pulp down and mix it with some other stuff, you can make rocket fuel out of them. It's not great rocket fuel, but you can make rocket fuel.
It's space
You're
ethanol.
saying
It's an energy drink.
so you're saying that within how many jumps your family is? There's a fuel source?
From here, one.
So we could theoretically get...
I
one of
just made
these-
that up. Is that okay, Andy?
I mean, would that be suitable?
I don't know if, like I said, it's not great rocket fuel. It's good for it's good for interplanetary flights. I don't know if we could do a jump on it.
It's like the moonshine equivalent.
It's like it's like really it's like
Yeah.
there's a reason that you're able to fly off of a Tech 3 plane. That is the reason you can do that. It's because we have the shitty moonshine rocket fuel. It's not going to do enough for a jump though.
Oh,
Right.
Wally, look at this charming booth over here. Look, right now. I am not going to the planet of the squares to get a bunch of moonshine nitrate and become some broodmare for an Uncle Bob. Okay?
Take it easy, darling. It's all right. Just, investigating the possibilities.
Just saying, I've had nightmares just like that. Okay.
You bring such a smile to my face, darling. Concerns. Don't you worry. Now, I assure you, as much of a greenhorn as I am, I'm with you. I'm here and I've tried and true. Don't worry. I'm just looking after everyone's interests. The doctor, I mean,
He is a good doctor for what it's worth. Did you know he's psychic? I think I'm just finding out he's psychic.
First appointment. I told you that. It was
has a
on my
tell.
business card.
You have to sign a waiver.
Yeah, there's no way of knowing. But he has a
why
tell.
would you assume anyone who had never had anyone else, only had other people do things for them, bothered to learn to read?
I'm not sure if he's psychic or the arm is.
Well, the arm's got a brain. Is
Keep
that
it
what you're
under your
saying?
cape.
He's got an arm brain. Dr. Arm Brain. Is that why he's got a gun with the other hand? It's like really going to extreme. It's like brains.
I just changed our plates and scrubbed our ship. I demand to be taken seriously with my arm brain rambling.
Oh, come on, darling. Lighten up. Come on. Where's the little rave?
Well, I've had a very rough day. One of my Twitch heroes yelled.
That's true. Oh, God. I didn't even consider that.
Yeah.
I'd look over at Zephyr.
I'm telling I'm telling Zephyr a story about how my uncle Bob blew up blew up a ship using his crappy moonshine rocket fuel.
And Zephyr's just like still kicking the ground, going,
Right. So let's carry on. I'm reading that our esteemed captain seems to be a bit impatient with our shenanigans. So let's. I mean, sorry.
Well, she's a very good pilot.
She is.
There's no crap we can get ourselves into. She can't get us out of short range for sure.
Short range crap. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's that
I'm
long
really
range
hoping
crap
we don't
you gotta
get
watch
any
out
crap.
for.
I talked a lot of shit in that diner. If we go back and we're fucked, I'm not really on the hook there. Like if we all die,
you
I'm gonna be
serious?
like,
I mean,
I feel
is this-
really bad. What?
If we all, yeah, well, I'm inclined to feel really bad if we all got it there. So, are we in danger of that? I thought that you said
I
pretty
don't think so.
foolproof.
That's why I said it. But I really hope not.
Well, all right. Well, look, pick a plan, commit to it, right? I mean, we go, and what's our first stop?
Well, we go back to the system because we have to jump through there either way to your house or bunker.
No, it's a much longer way. So, I mean, we're going to yours because it's close.
Well, we're gonna go, and it literally looks like an ivory tower. And so we're gonna get supplied, and if everything is crawling with black-suited men and women with mysterious cars, we are out of there. If everything looks like business as normal, we'd maybe try and just feel out some calls. I can hide my signal and still get in touch with my assistant. Very good at it.
Right. Well, let's get on with it.
Thank you, Wally.
So, you all head back to the space dock. You can see the Crimson Xanth. Head up to it. Do you install the new registration? Okay.
Yeah, certainly between. I think Zephyr has more physical mechanic abilities, but I have all the programming I would need to help make sure it meshes with the systems and everything.
So between the two...
I was thinking we should probably wait till we're off planet a little bit to turn it on, because it'd be weird if, in the middle of... Because we signed up for it being the Crimson Xanth, and we did it. It'd be weird if it would change halfway through the night to be the Lazarus Clipper from their point of view.
Right. So we install the hardware now, and we boot up the software once we're off-world.
Once we pass the checkpoints.
Now, this is as much out of character as in. I call it pulling a mark. We know that. But we said we'd be... The Crimson Xanth is supposed to be here for 2 days. Is there as much wisdom in the last known spot of the Crimson Xanth is landing here? Because if we take off as the Crimson Xanth, then they're going to know that the Crimson Xanth are... If they're that sophisticated in tracking us. I'm good to play it either way. I like it both ways. I'm just wondering... Is it better that the Lazarus Clipper takes off?
We received a deed of sale for the Lazarus Clipper, right? So that should be registered as a new vehicle that's been sold. So if that leaves, it's legit.
Yes.
As long as they've got, okay, we're leaving, and they're like, great, see ya, right?
I'm good either way, because there's also wisdom in the Crimson Xanth left then disappeared.
No, I hear the point
I like that.
Of the Crimson Xanth disappearing on the planet Neba, and then they don't know what the fuck happened, and then they'll have to backtrace or check holofeed or something, right?
It's up to our captain. Turn to page 186. The Crimson Xanth leaves. Turn to page 274 if the Lazarus Clipper leaves.
I guess we'll do the Lazarus Clipper leaving.
Okay.
I've been decided.
Okay. So the pair of you install all of the necessary components, and as you're pulling away, or as you start to initiate takeoff, the tower starts talking to you, and They seem a little confused for a second, and you can hear like one of them like tap the screen, and then, oh, okay, sorry, minor malfunction on our end. You are clear to leave, Lazarus Clipper.
No problemo. Thanks for having us.
See, now they think you're Spanish. That's good. That's good.
It's a good cover. You're building a character. This is good. Mercy Hill is a very Spanish name.
The future.
True.
Okay, yeah. And you guys take off into space and make the jump to the NEMA system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I called it the Zima system somewhere in the middle. I apologize.
Zima.
It's okay. It's a refreshing malt beverage. I don't know what Zima is.
It's better than a Zika system.
Yes. So, you guys pop to the NEMA system. It'll take, I think I said a day or two the other way. So, it takes a little bit, but you get there. Oh, pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. And you pull up to the Ruby Lighthouse, and there is not some Black Fleet or Dread Armada or anything. But as you do approach, you're hailed, and they ask, what business do you have on the Ruby Lighthouse?
Bringing in 3 passengers for basic transport.
They'll say, we are at max capacity right now due to certain industrial accidents. We're overstuffed. Can you take them somewhere else?
Can I use my phone to I don't know if there's a way I can log out as check out remotely of my room as Drake Manson, check in as and then try to check in as Vinny Chesterfield.
You're trying to game the system.
Well, and
no, because they're monitoring physical people on board via the port.
When we re-entered this space, do our phones light up with anything in particular that you need us to know? Basically, we're getting close to up against it. So to cut to the chase, is there anything that bursts when we come on?
Gieferday probably said something to the effect of well, I hope you know what you're doing, and 18 emails that are sort of being passive aggressive a little bit of, well, it's not that I don't trust you, it's just that I'm a little worried because I haven't heard from you in a while, and when you disappear, things tend to happen and that kind of stuff. But other than that, nobody gets anything too alarming because it's not been long enough. But
right,
perhaps next episode, some notifications will start pinging in. But
yeah, when we all have some time to think about it, if it helps, I will try to piggyback on a maintenance vessel's, something that's kind of going on the outside and welding shit and and what. Try to use their transponder to tell Guy to approve the Lazarus Clippers for landing immediately.
Okay.
I mean, and by immediately, I mean space-time, which is going to be 6 hours from now.
Yeah.
But just be hey, Guy, you...
So, you all are put into space holding for a holding pattern for a bit. And eventually, a couple hours from now, the radio crackles back on and says, Lazarus Clipper, you have been approved for temporary docking by the Merchants Consortium. Please pull around. And as you do, you can see everyone else through their spaceships, giving you the finger.
They saw the guys who were ahead of us.
Yeah. Oh, you son.
Yeah.
What's this?
Now.
What's this?
And of course,
Very sheepishly fly to the front of the line.
Absolute bullshit.
You just got let into the club ahead of everyone.
Exactly.
Else. You're used to that.
Oh, come on. We've been here
Right.
for 12 hours.
Speedster? You're good at racing starships? Now you're the savior of the galaxy? Bullshit. You can shoot rodents and race cars. Bullshit.
Those rodents are terrifyingly big. 3 meters?
Yeah.
That thing's the
That's
size
alarming.
of a bull.
It's true.
Okay. And we'll pick up next time back at the Ruby Lighthouse. Outros
Wow.
and plugs. Daniel. There we go.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm in a weird spot because I'm playing tabletop RPGs Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 4 days in a row. You can catch me every other Sunday on Horrible Barovia Time and every other Wednesday right here on the Laughing Dragon Inn, where I play a Tarbeck, the younger one.
One of the Tarbecks.
Tarbeck tough.
Tarbeck tough.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I'm also here, except when I'm not, which is going to be the next couple of games. Because my brother didn't tell me when he was planning to go to the theater, so.
Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy at Timothy Magic on the Twits. Timothy McCown Reynolds on the old Instagram for created images. I have been playing a lot of D&D lately, so I'd just like to plug playtesting. I think playtesting is really great if you're working stuff out to, develop. That's what I'm finding. That's what I'm going to plug. So, hooray!
Awesome. And Marty.
Yeah. Is it gauche to plug what you're doing right now? Because I'm really enjoying this stream right now.
It's a good series.
And it's a little tough playing once a month, but at the same time, I feel like that keeps it fresh in a lot of ways. So, no, I'm having a blast, so I plug having a blast. Also, air travel. Everyone cross their damn fingers that my wife and family off and away safe tomorrow, because they got delayed before, and I'm annoyed about it. And just randomly, no, it's not us, it's the weather.
I'm sure they'll be safe. They'll probably be immensely inconvenient.
Yeah, I'm expecting 6-hour delays. But this was hella fun, and join us next time, won't you? Andy, now that I stole your job, anything to say?
I mean, you guys covered everything. Task Force Unlikelies this week. Next week, Monday is Call of Cthulhu. And yeah, lots of great stuff as always here at the Laughing Dragon Inn. Yeah, everybody took all my plugs. Everything's great.
Pew pew
Yeah.
pew. Pew pew pew. Pew 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 pew. Space.
Space. Have a good night, everybody.
Pew.
Wrong mouse. I haven't done that in a while.
Pew. Pew.